Hello darlings, I am Cassandra. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the spiritual impact of YouTube and artificial intelligence on human society. Now, I believe that anybody who does not have a YouTube channel or a social media platform is going to be, I want to say, left behind. I don't want to say left behind, but I'm just going to say that, yeah, you're going to put yourself in a position where it's going to be difficult to market yourself. I think social media is the new frontier. It's the new, when there was a gold rush and everybody was looking for gold, well, that's social media now. There was a time when, when people was building societies and they were looking for spaces, looking for, different resources that was going to transform their lives. Well, that's social media. Now, so guys, this video is going to be a little chatty, but it's so important for people to understand that YouTube is a part of the spiritual evolution of human society, and so is artificial intelligence, ChatGPT. People do not understand how important it is to human society. And let me just get into it, okay? So I don't know if you are familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Now, I don't know if he did or didn't, but I believe that Maslow borrowed and adapted his theory from the 7 chakras. That's not the point of the video, but I always feel guilty, even when I was in school talking about it, or when I was first learning about it, I raised my hand. So it sounds like the 7 chakras to me, but anyway. So Maslow has a theory that in order for society or for a person to evolve or to reach their full potential, that they would have to go through certain stages. There are certain aspects of that person's life need to be in place in order for this person to be able to reach their full success. Reach their full potential to lead a successful life. So his first level, he called it the physiological needs, and these are like your safety needs, protection from violence, and natural disasters, accidents, financial security. Basically, let me just say this. So he's talking about like in the beginning stages, we need our air, we need to breathe, we need food, we need safety, and I like to think of it as for my dissertation, I applied Maslow's theory to society. He used it for the individual. I moved it to society, but basically saying that when we build our roads, right? Yeah, we have our irrigation systems, and in places where people don't have water, we are donating money. We are, as a human species around the globe, we are creating avenues for all humans to have access to water, homes. Now if you look, they can start a building and you look again, like 2 weeks later, it just looked like the house is built. Whereas a long time ago, when something was being built, it took forever because of the technology. So as a human society, we have our plumbing system, we have our water system, we are able to have a surplus of foods and goods. We don't have to worry, in the past it was like, what are we going to have for dinner, or whatever we find. If we are alive tomorrow, whatever we find, that is what's going to be for dinner. So we took care of that stage, right? For the most part. Not for everybody, but we're just talking about the collective. And even for the people who are, for the places in the world where this is not the case, we still have the technology and the ability to bring those resources to that community to provide those needs. It's not like it doesn't exist anywhere in the world. And I would also like to make an argument that anytime there is a natural disaster, or if something like a war break out, then we could go back to this stage at any point in human society, right? But let's just say right now we have taken care of the basic needs, or we have the technology and the ability to take care of the basic needs. We have a surplus of food, we have light, we are not vulnerable to the weather conditions. And so the next stage for Maslow is he moved to the safety needs. The first stage is the physiological needs. The second stage is the importance of security, stability, protection from violence. Guys, I would just merge those two pretty much. And then we move up to love and belonging needs. People seek social connections. But you know what? I want to kind of like skip through this because it's really not about this. I'm just going to say, as a human society, we have built our roads, our irrigation systems. We have a surplus of goods. We have, we're set to go, right? And we've gone through a lot of our issues in terms of getting along with other people, globalization, trading. So I would look at that as the love and belonging needs, where we're able to share goods and services with people around the world. We're able to communicate with people around the world. We figured out some of the rules of society in terms of how we're going to get along. This is my area, this is your area, these are the rules of engagement, this is how we're going to share our resources. This is, we've kind of worked out how we're going to get along with the world, right? And then he talks about moving to the esteem needs. This is how we build our confidence for ourselves and others. And I think as a human society, we've done a lot of work in terms of building, I would say, our educational system, in terms of people making education accessible to everybody. Now, when we were out here trying to build the roads and figure out what we were going to have for dinner, we weren't worried about your self-esteem. We weren't worried about your, I want to be an artist. Who cares? We don't even have food for tomorrow. I don't even know where we're going to sleep tomorrow night, right? When we were worried about all those things, we weren't worried about your love, your ego needs, your education, and how you want to express yourself. That was just not a need, okay? But then the last stage is the self-actualization stage for Maslow. And the self-actualization stage is fulfillment of personal potential and realization of one's own capabilities, creativity, personal growth, authenticity, and altruism. Listen, guys, this is what excites me so much. To me, this is where social media and YouTube come into play. We have built a stage for human society to express their unique gifts and talents through social media, through YouTube. Now, I think that, yes, that's why YouTube is so significant. It's not just YouTube, but I would say all social media. But I just, when I say YouTube, just know that I'm using it synonymously with all social media to say that self-actualization is like, according to Maslow, is I don't want to say the last stage, but it's the ultimate stage of human existence. A man must be what a man can be. Like, if a musician must play music, an artist must create art. When we were trying to figure out how to build, roads, how to protect ourselves from each other, creating our rules of engagement as a human society, we weren't, thinking about somebody who was just like growing up thinking, I just want to paint, or I just want to share my gift to do comedy skits. Guys, if you look on YouTube, you will see that YouTube now I say YouTube because I watch more YouTube than any other social media, is you will see so many people expressing their unique brand of comedy. There are so many people I can't even begin to name them. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that I have found to be consistent in terms of people being successful on YouTube. These are the people who are able to express their unique personalities. Now, I mean, for me personally, I know that when I come here with the wig and the makeup, it looks like I'm really confident, but I'm a really shy person. And if you could see, it takes me at least 10 goes before I can even, start recording. And I never know which go is going to go. Like, I'll just say, look, the way I trick myself into it is I say, look, you can always delete it. You can always block the comments. You can always, look, Cassandra, this is, you don't have to do this. But let me tell you what I have found for myself in terms of social media. So I have my little metaphysical shop. When I would pay for ads, there are times that when I pay for ads, my products are selling and I don't get any of the money. Seriously, Etsy get half of them, because I'm paying them for their marketing fees and then the product. So I remember I was just crying one time because I was making sales, but all the money was going to Etsy for their marketing fees. So I don't market on Etsy anymore. And then I would buy Google ads, and nothing works like showing up on camera. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. It's like I just want to buy an ad and work alone and make dolls and write and just be to myself. But I'm telling you, if I want my business to grow, I have to show my face. I have to show up. I have to make videos. And another thing I found is that the videos, it doesn't matter what the views are. What's interesting is that I found that the videos that have the lowest views have the longest watch time. Isn't that interesting? So even though the video may have 50 views, but the 50 people who watch it are watching it all the way through. Whereas some of the videos that have more views, people aren't even watching it that long. So I'm learning that YouTube is about showing up and being your authentic self, because it's not about how many people are watching you. It's about who is watching you. The person who is watching you that is who needs you. Take a moment to visit my Etsy shop, Cassandra Magick World, and you will see a plethora of metaphysical tools to align with your goals and your dreams. Each Magic talisman comes with instructions as well as a feng shui chart and how to make changes in your home and how to charge your sigil. What I'm learning about YouTube is that you don't know who you've been put on this planet to help, right? I've watched videos where it was just some odd video that would just pop up and it would be the solution that I needed to really take me to the next level. The one that broke me down, had me crying because I needed to hear this person's voice. And they're making this video and they think nobody's watching them. They think nobody cares. So guys, I really feel like the reason YouTube or social media is so important is because we are at the stage of human evolution where it is important for us to reach self-actualization, which means we are at a stage in society where humans are meant to reach their full potential, but it's not what you think. So let me explain this. So the reason artificial intelligence in ChatGPT is important to me. Now I know a lot of people, especially I teach at a college, and everybody at my college is like, oh my God, the students are getting their answers and ChatGPT is doing all the homework, and and everybody's trying to catch cheaters, and right now there is no way to detect whether a student has done the homework themselves or if it was done by ChatGPT, or but let me tell you something. As a human society, I have a saying that I always tell my students. As a human society, whatever we hate, we eliminate we automated to elevate. Now what I mean is, if you look at all the jobs we have eliminated, like do you remember back in the day when there was a person who was driving a truck, like a, what do you call it, the garbage person, or I don't know what you call it, the sanitation truck, whatever. There would be a bunch of guys, and they used to like catcall, and now it's just one man in a truck, and the truck does most of the work. If you go to I mean, guys, I don't even have to go through the list. Look at all of the jobs that have been eliminated because people hated them. Even now, we have, and when you go to some fast food restaurants, that you don't even talk to a human now. You can just punch like the number, whatever whatever you want on the screen, and it, yeah, and it would give you your food. Oh my, I cannot name all of the things that we have hated, that we have eliminated through automation. We don't do it anymore. And so when people say, what happened to our jobs? You call customer service. Nobody wants to do customer service and get cursed out. So what do? I can help you. You call, I'm always like, I want to speak to a human, right? That's me. I want to speak to a person. And it was like, I can help you, ma'am. I'm like, no, you can't. But so basically, but the reason we're doing this, to me, is every time we hate something, we eliminate it and we automate it. The reason is because I think human potential should be used for other things. I know people get upset that students are cheating. Listen, I don't think students are cheating. I don't think the human mind was meant to repeat the same information over and over again. That is easy to find. Okay, so you know how the micro is the macro, as above, so below. Basically, it's like this. So it's like this. Whenever you learn something by heart, your brain compresses that information, right? So that, and it creates a pattern, so that you don't have to get in the car every time and say, okay, which is the gas, what's the brakes? Yeah, right. You can just get in. You don't even think about it anymore. There are so many things that you do now that you don't think about because your brain has compressed it into your cerebellum, especially like all of the different movements, right? So as a human society, whenever we learn something collectively, a part of the collective consciousness, we compress it and we create a pattern. So when you go to search for information in ChatGPT or use artificial intelligence, it has that, if that theme or if that concept has already been processed and assessed, it's just going to give you an answer. It's going to pull from the compressed collective consciousness of human society at this point in time and give you your answer. And I know people are thinking, but people, it's going to dumb us down. No, because you should be doing something else. You should be start a YouTube channel. Guys, I get so tickled and touched. Where's this guy? I think it's called Long Beach Griffey or something. My son introduced me to him, and I think it's my favorite skit on time. It's something like If God Had a Therapist. It kills me. I look at this one guy. He has his candy moving around in his mouth, and he's he just seems so like he's in love with some woman named Beverly, and like he just doesn't have I don't know, guys, but long story short, there are so many people with so many unique talents who are so funny that they would not have been able to express themselves back in the day. And so the other thing about social media and artificial intelligence is so important is that it is eliminating the gatekeeper. You remember there was a time in society when if you wanted to promote your product or your services, you try to get on Oprah or, back in my day, Phil Donahue or the Mike Douglas show. I know I remember I used to watch the Mike Douglas show with my dad, right? You don't have to try to get on Tamron Hall's show. You don't have to try to get on Jennifer Hudson's or whoever's TV show or Good Morning America, because if you can develop a sense of consistency and show up every day for yourself, you will find your audience. You will find your unique audience, but first you have to find your unique voice. And I think that the people who are successful on YouTube are people who are honest and who are not shy, who are not struggling. I think, well, maybe they are. We don't know what people go through, but I just feel like people who have personal discipline are the people who are going to rule the world in the future. And I think that there's a paradigm shift in our mentality in terms of how to be successful, and a lot of us have not adapted to the new rules. Now, I'm from the old school, right? I'm from the school of, my friends know I used to always pretend that Oprah Winfrey was calling me about my book, A Woman's Soul on Paper, and I would say, no, Oprah, I'm like, yeah, girl, I'm busy. I would love to be on your show. No, it's just like a joke, right? But I grew up in the era of you needed the media to make you. You needed that break from the media. You needed somebody, you need just like, if I could just get on, the Phil Donahue show, if I could just get on Sally Jesse Raphael, if I could just get on, you know what I mean? It's not like that anymore. You put yourself on. We've built it collectively as human beings. We have built the stage. The stage is calling your name, darling. The stage is waiting on you. Now, and when I say about the paradigm shift, the skill set, and this is what I'm learning about myself, and I'm just going to be honest, the skill set that is required to write a book, or for me to get an education or go to school, it's not the same skill set that is needed to be successful on social media. I mean, like for me, I'm shy, I'm moody. I want to be by myself. I don't want to be bothered now I don't want to be by myself, God, Jesus, we not know. I don't want to be by myself. I'm just saying that I'm a hermit by nature, and I have but when I think that if you are running a business and you are looking to grow that business, you can't go and abandon your channel for 3 months at a time. Yeah, you know what I mean? No, it's not like that. The skill. So for some people, and they're really good at showing up for themselves and being consistent. But I think that for anybody who, and I think it's going to be the biggest employer in the future. I don't think it's going to be, guys, I'm serious. When people say where are the jobs headed, I think the jobs are going to be headed towards AI, social media. Most people who are going to live the life they want, they're going to somehow, they will have met their tribe, and they would give to each other in terms of paying their attention, giving each other advice on how to live a better life, how to utilize their gifts and their talents, how to express themselves. I think this is where we're headed. It's not going to be, and as a matter of fact, I don't know why I think this, but I think that even education is going to be free worldwide, because all of the information is going to be easily accessible and available to anybody who want it. But I think what's going to be important in terms of revenue are the people who are able to express their unique talents. Draw, paint, sing, dance, comedy, speaking their truth, telling their stories. We are at the stage now where we have built the collective human stage, and the world is waiting to hear our voices. I really hope this video helps someone. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you, darlings, in the next video.